You know, I would say the same exact thing. I would say this last scene. Best thing because we're done. And worst thing because we're done.
I'm so looking forward to how they're going to, sew it all together.
I think that the funnest thing about this shoot was just to watch it all come together and to see the picture day in and day out. That was the funnest part for me.
Well, for me, it's just then the getting experience on set.
I got to have a huge scream when the robbers entered. That was one of my favorite days with the SWAT team.
I don't think I've heard one complaint on set from anybody working. Everybody comes and we just work all day. Everybody's passionate and it's just amazing.
Basically anything they need me to do I do it.
It's really a great deal of fun to get out there on the set and to show others how to handle the weapons and playing with the explosives and trying to figure out how everything works.
When you fire, your natural hand, if you hold it out, actually is more like this. This is more of an unnatural pose.
The best thing is just being on set and interacting with everybody and building connections with people that you don't really know.
Because on any set there are people coming from not just the town where it's shooting, but then from other places as well. So it's always fun to meet other people in the business.
I mean, honestly, the best thing is the crew. Like, they've been fantastic, and everybody's on point and everybody knows what they're doing.
It's been just fun from the crawling and the bank, and everyone's just been so professional, polite, and I'm gonna be so disappointed to leave.
They love me both, so they needed me, first of all.
This team has been really refreshing because everybody's on point. Everybody knows what their job is and when they need to do it.
The best thing about the shoot so far has just been able to work with multiple departments. I like getting to know everyone and working with everyone.
The director, Luca Elmi, calls me darling and Gallagher, and once in a while he calls me Sheila. But mostly what I love is he calls me Splendida.
The best thing happened on a shooting is working in a crew. You can feel like a family. It's a bunch of friends. I feel so good working with these guys.
It's always wonderful to meet new people that share the passion and the certain kind of crazy that it takes to do this. But this particular crew in itself and cast has just been absolute pleasure to work with.
Well, I would say the best thing about the shoot is getting to run Steadicam on some unbelievably lit shots.
Luca's one of the most easygoing directors that I have worked with, but he also has a very clear vision for the project and just does a really good job about communicating that vision.
He wants to have everything under control, so you have to follow his rules. And I think this sometimes, not for us, but maybe for him, he's losing some maybe funny things that can happen in life.
Will you join in our crusade, or will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free.
Very big hammer to hammer a long nail. So that's why I have a big ass.
just love listening to the people talk about the food and love the food and just feel great, just fellowshipping together, and it's really great.
Mostly, I covet the Rice Krispie treats.
I'd say the best thing about the shoot has been probably the sets and the props, which we do as the art department.
So it's a best and worst situation where I like the stress, I like the pressure, and then I hate the stress and I hate the pressure.
Early morning calls is the worst thing. Early morning calls is the best thing as well.
So now we're gonna run down here to this end of the bank. All right, now we're gonna run back and cut. All right, we're gonna run down here, we're gonna run, or we're gonna lay on the floor, get up, lay on the floor, get up,
The floor is very cold, and your body gets kind of stiff when you're on a cold floor for a really long time.
Maybe a little bit of the rug burn on my knees from crawling across the floor. Other than that, there wasn't anything bad about this experience.
The worst thing is crawling on the floor in our bank. That has to be the worst thing. It was pretty filthy.
There's a lot of times where you're not doing anything but like locking up somewhere to make sure like no one goes into the shot, and that can be frustrating because you just get hungry or tired.
The worst part, probably getting lost like multiple times a day in downtown Louisville.
And the worst thing is just what always the worst thing is just the surprises. I don't like surprises.
I haven't really seen any bad things.
No, I don't. There hasn't been anything bad.
No, it's been a great experience so far, and of course, this is towards the end of it, so if you would have caught me in the middle of it, it maybe would have been a different vibe.
Non mi viene in mente niente di brutto.
This is how you treat a diva.
This is the Schwedicam guy.
The Schwedicam?
Schwedicam, yeah.
Yeah, Schwedicam.
You have to ready the Schwedi.
At least we have awesome.
Now you take the gun out of the holster and make sure you don't aim unless, of course, you are intending to shoot.
Cody.
Gosh, I don't know, it's been a pretty dreamy gig so far, as far as gigs go.
I think we eliminated the bad right at the beginning of the show, the minute Luca said, let's make this movie. And
if I wake up 3 hours earlier just to be here on time, I love my job.
I would say, all in all, for the scope of issues that we really could have had a lot of issues, but ultimately we got by unscathed.
It has been the most wonderful and fortunate experience of my life, other than my children being born.
The main character, Mask, was actually a life cast of David's wife.
I can't imagine watching this, not knowing all the production and not still having absolute, being just magnetized to the story and to the characters and the action.
Even if a viewer that doesn't speak English is watching it, they will still feel the scenes as they're watching them.
Well, the worst thing about the shoot is that it's going to be over after the last scene.
It is short, and we're here for a week, and I think we see the potential that it could be bigger. It could be 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it could be a feature.
So So I think the worst part for me was that it come to an end after just 6 days. I believe that was what our time was, and you know, as always, you know, all these shoots come to an end, and you wish they just could continue on. And unfortunately, it's not a feature film, but that's coming next.
Comincerò il lavoro. Speriamo che se Duno Arm ci ha portato qua, speriamo che questo lavoro ci porterà a fare magari tutti assieme ancora con le stesse persone un lungometraggio, a feature film.
This interview wasn't the worst thing.
It's getting close. We're running a little long.
I'll be back. That's it.